You know, dating is really hard, but that's what you have to do if your goal is to get a partner. And so selling your house is hard, and yet it makes it way easier once you know why your house is not selling. So you can make the right moves so that your buyer, the next buyer, will end up putting an offer and closing on your house. In this video, we're gonna actually go ahead and talk about what to do and how to answer the question of why your house actually isn't selling. It's tough because just like dating, if you can't get a partner and your goal is to get a partner, it's hard to self-reflect and really figure out why am I not, right? And if you really want to try to sell your house and it's not receiving any offers within the first month, you should know and you need to make an adjustment. And what is it to adjust? Just like dating, is it my clothes? Is it where I'm looking for a partner or a spouse? Could it be also just the standards I have for a partner are just too high? It really boils down to three things: marketing, price, or condition. Now, with marketing, it could be basically a scale of where you're putting yourself out there. Are you just looking at who you're around? So it could be your coworkers, or on the other side, it could be speed dating or some kind of dating app, right? So if you're pushing yourself out there in some kind of dating app, you're getting way more buyers. But if you're just focusing on the people that you probably see on a regular basis, that pool of partners is gonna be way smaller. And so how does that work with housing, right? And how do you tell whether it is the marketing that's really stopping your house from selling? Well, the main two places where you need to look is gonna be the active search or the pendings that have actually gone under contract while you have actually also listed your house. So the way you do that is just put up a search for yourself within Zillow, Realtor.com, our website, whatever you want, to give you a list on a weekly or a daily basis that says, what are the other comparable homes that I'm competing with? And then look at the ones that were active but actually went under contract. Those were priced well enough, marketed well enough, had a good enough condition that they actually got under contract, right? And what you're trying to ask yourself here is the question of, okay, am I the highest price home here? Am I being marketed by, am I pushing my house out to all the other listings just like every other listing that I'm comparing myself to? And when a house goes under contract, this is really the key evidence, right? Why did the buyer not choose your house relative to this house, right? That got under contract? Was it because it was marketed better, maybe by an agent? Or was it because it was priced way lower and had the same condition? Or maybe they had upgraded amenities, right? It was way better condition for property than your condition, right? And so that's what you're gonna look at, and those are the questions you're gonna ask to figure out if it's marketing. Now the second one is going to be price. Price, if you're comparing it to dating, it would be, what are your demands or criteria for a partner, right? So how do you tell, or what questions do you ask to know if it's price? Well, to be honest, it's, are you getting the right amount of people through the door, right? And in our area, we really say you should have 3 to 5 showings per week. And we actually go a little bit further in our expectations and say, hey, every week we need to have 3 to 5 showings. Out of those people, we would hope that there would be a second showing within 2 weeks. And then in a month, really, we want an offer. If we don't have an offer, then we know our price isn't matching our marketing, and our marketing isn't matching our condition, right? Now, the last one is condition. And you could count it as your style or clothing, or even your characteristics, right? You're wearing crazy shorts or wrinkly clothes all the time, right? You may not be attracting the right kind of buyer in that regard, right? Or it may be you're not 6 feet tall and everyone who's looking is looking for a 6 foot tall person, right? Well, you can't really change your height, right? So that just isn't gonna be the right partner for you. And in real estate, it's the same thing. And we put it into two different categories. And it's really things that you can change or cannot change. So for example, it could be like they keep saying that the second bedroom is just an ugly color, like you painted it a hot pink and no one likes that color. If you consistently keep getting feedback from potential buyers walking through the door that it is the color of the room, you may want to just go ahead and paint the room, and that's something you can change so that then when the next buyer comes around, you can go ahead and capture their audience. Or it's gonna be something you can't change. It could be location. It could be that you're on a slope and the backyard is very unusable, right? You can't change those kind of things. Now, when that happens, you have a choice to then adjust price because your price isn't matching the amenities or conditions that the buyers are looking for. Now, a big hardship if you're selling it on your own is how do you collect this data, right? Well, typically when a buyer is gonna be looking at your home, they're gonna be either calling or texting you, right? And so in kind, you're gonna want to go ahead and communicate to them in the way that they like communicating best, whether it's call or text. And you're gonna ask a couple questions, and I'm gonna give you 3 questions, and you can click on the link below as kind of like a questionnaire that you can always ask them. Question 1 is, hey, did you like the home well enough to put in an offer, right? Question 2 is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rank my house? And question number 3 could be, what would have to change for it to become a 10, right? So there is the key to the question, right? It's really trying to figure out what are they looking for and what is your house missing such that they did not say yes to it. It could be, well, it was priced too high, or it could be, well, that one room, or whatever it is, and you would get that. Now, mind you, it's a lot harder for a buyer to confront you as a seller, right? And so oftentimes you've got to phrase the question at the very beginning and just say, hey, can you help me with some feedback? And then ask your 3 questions. This is gonna be really hard, and it is very tough to sell your house, right? It's very tough when you let people into your house to then not know why you're not hitting your goal to selling. But as you do this, you are able to then figure out why. And once you figure out why, you can then start making steps forward to actually getting to your goal and selling your property. Hope this helps and makes sense. Thanks so much.